paying attention to my channel lately, you've been seeing the franchise I've been doing with the Marlins. So the plan is I'm going to tag team it. I'm going to have two franchises going at the same time. I took a year off from the Marlins in the game. That is, I simmed ahead a year. You guys did not see any of it. Um, but what happened is, if you're very curious, which I'm sure you're not, but anyway, I'm just going to say it. We ended up making the playoffs in the wild card. We won the wild card game. Had a playoff game to get into a wild card, beat the Braves, and then we beat the Nationals, I'm pretty sure, to advance. And we got swept, I'm pretty sure, by LA. So we definitely achieved our goal. That was our contract year, so we were able to stay another year. But there definitely were a lot of roster changes, a lot of guys brought in, a lot of guys sent out. Um, so you guys missed it all, but when I get back on that Marlins franchise, you guys will see everything and the players I added and subtracted and whatnot. So, but anyway, like I said, I want to try and get two franchises going just to mix up the mojo, get some people some different looks on some different teams and whatnot. And so basically staying in the same division. Um, I went up and down this list. There's really no team, maybe besides honestly the Oakland Athletics, that um, were as interesting as a team that I want to do it with. I think it's probably one of the most interesting teams in baseball and one of the most interesting divisions in baseball that I think is heavily overlooked. So it's very exciting, in my opinion. But it's the New York Mets. We're going to go ahead and get rid of the suspense. So the New York Mets, there you see the rankings and the budget, 164 million. The one con about this that my area of concern is just the goals and the expectations. Obviously, it's New York, it's a big market, so the expectations are high. But with what I plan to do, it makes me very nervous because I'm gonna burn everything they have to the ground. I think I'll just get in the screen here. Um, I wrote an article for Fangraphs. I don't know how many people follow Fangraphs or even know what that is who are watching this. Um, the article was denied, so I guess I applied or whatever or tried to write an article for Fangraphs that they denied. Basically, the whole premise of the article was that the New York Mets are absolutely one of the biggest teams in baseball that needs to rebuild. Um, they have absolutely no farm system whatsoever. Um, and I mean, if you just look at the roster, I mean, obviously their pitching staff. There's really nothing wrong with the pitching staff, in my opinion. Pitching staff is fine. I mean, you got DeGrom, Syndergaard, Matz, Lugo, and they added Jason Vargas in the offseason. Obviously, Zach Wheeler can never really seem to stay healthy, but he's back on this year, and hopefully he has a good year for us. Um, so the pitching staff is fine. Bullpen's fine, as well as the closing role is really fine. But here's what I'm going to get into. I want you to look at every single position that I'm about to go through, and at the major league level, find or just count out the number of positions that they have where the guy or the guys are under, I don't even know, 27. Let's go 27 because Pewaukee is 27. So catcher, no. First base, no. Second base, no. Third base, they got Wilmer Flores, but other than that, no. At shortstop, they got Ahmed Rosario, was top prospect a couple years ago. I don't know if he's playing every day. I know there's this huge thing going on with Reyes right now, kind of trying to get rid of him and kind of push him out a little bit. But obviously Rosario and then Cicchini. But I think Reyes is really the guy. Obviously Conforto in the outfield, but again, he's got Cespedes in the waves, 32. Brennan Nimmo, 25, having a very good year for the Mets, and then Jay Bruce obviously doesn't meet the criteria and right at 30. So the biggest thing is, if you look at the landscape of baseball today, um, the teams are going the whole homegrown, young, highly productive baseball players. You think of the Astros, think of the Cubs, think of I'd even throw in the Yankees. I'd definitely throw in the Red Sox. Um, all the teams who are extremely good, the Dodgers, even the Mariners this year a little bit. They got a couple older guys, Cruz, um, obviously Cano is gone, D. Gordon's kind of a little bit old, but you're getting my flow. You can't have old. I'm just gonna be as blunt as I possibly can be. You can't have old, washed-up veterans and expect to win. Um, all respect to Todd Frazier, Jay Bruce, Cabrera, all these guys, but they're just old, they're washed up, and they're not even a placeholder for anyone. There's no one coming up through the minor leagues to take their positions besides maybe shortstop, maybe first base, um, but that's it. I mean, there's third base possibly. Um, I won't even throw Conforto in there because Cespedes is always hurt. Um, but I mean, that's it, and it's just not sustainable, and it's not something that, to be honest, any big league team should be doing. It's just I don't even know. They're just running themselves off a cliff, and they haven't hit that point yet, but they're gonna get there. Um, they're gonna get there soon. I think, I wrote the article, and I'm sure I kind of got laughed at by all the people who were reading it, and deciding on whether or not they publish it. But so obviously it got denied. I was a little bit disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. But then the Mets went on a tear to start the beginning of the year, and I was like, you know what? I was dead wrong. I was absolutely dead wrong. Um, but look at them now. I mean, they haven't done anything for at least a month, if not more. Um, I mean, the biggest thing you can think of is um, look at Jacob deGrom this year. Jacob deGrom is having a Cy Young caliber season, and every time out he's given up a run or less, basically every time, and his team constantly lets him down. They're not giving him W's, and you just can't have that. I mean, the biggest thing, one of the other things I talked about is just this pitching staff. How do you not take advantage of a pitching staff like this? Obviously, a couple years ago with Harvey in the mix when he was pitching well, it was a monster. It was an absolute monster. But there's no reason why you shouldn't be taking advantage of the rotation that they have. I mean, it's kind of a joke. But anyway, we're kind of done going off on the Mets. So Sandy Alderson gets fired. We're coming in. So like I said, let's just go over the overview real quick. So obviously with the goals, we already touched on that, and just the high expectation. Pretty quick. You only got 3 years to basically win a pennant, or else we're gonna get fired. So it's gonna come down to the wire. But $164 million budget, kind of in the, I want to call it upper echelon, but maybe that second echelon of payroll, with teams in the MLB. I mean, the Giants, they're over 200K, Dodgers over 200K, Nationals over 200K, Yankees over 200K, Red Sox over 200K. So I mean, we're definitely up there, but not at the top of the top. But according to MLB.com, which was just updated a day or two ago, Mets only have 2 prospects in the top 100. Shortstop and a first baseman. Shortstop is Andres Jimenez, 19-year-old shortstop, 55 overall grade. More of a contact-oriented player. Definitely a little bit above average in terms of arm and fielding out in the field at 60 grades across the board with hitting, his fielding, and arm. Rounding out to a 55 overall grade, which is just a click above an average big league player. And then he's at 72. At 73, Peter Alonso, first baseman, 23 years old. A little bit more of a power guy, but still only a 55 overall, rounding out. The shortstop, Jimenez, is a left-handed hitter. I guess that's 1+, but both of them, Jimenez is 61 overall in the game, and Alonso 63. On top of that, inside the game, we only have one technically prospect who's an A rating or better in terms of potential, which is Gavin Cecchini, 24-year-old shortstop, 64 overall. He might get tossed around the infield here, just depending on what happens. Has a little bit of big league experience, I'm pretty sure, possibly with the Indians, or no, just straight with the Mets. But not even 100 at bats, so very, very new and raw. But the big one is Ahmed Rosario, obviously making his big league debut last year. Had a decent season. A little bit more of a defender. As you can see, his OPS was under 700, under 675. That is. Only had 3 walks, and I thought 100 and almost 170 at bats. So definitely, he had 6 errors for a 96% fielding percentage. Wasn't even on the positive side of WAR. So definitely gonna need, to pick it up in his sophomore, or basically his rookie. Yeah, basically his rookie. Doesn't even have full service here. And then obviously Conforto. I like the outfield, honestly. That's the one thing I like besides right field. With Lagares, Nimmo having a very good year this year for the Mets. And Conforto. Cespedes, I'm personally not a big fan of Cespedes. I never have been. I think he's extremely, probably one of the most underrated or overrated players in all of baseball. That's just my opinion. So that's just what I think. And he's obviously making $29.5 million for us. So in terms of that, with the budget, we're definitely paying out a lot of money, $5.2 million a week. Which really isn't that good. With the coaching staff, I did like to hire Mickey Callaway. I think that's a very good move, and hopefully, it can pay out for him. There's probably going to be some changes to the coaching staff. Obviously, I want, to get guys who draws free agents. That's basically the name of the game. Just take a look at the scouting, I guess, the scouts before I do anything else. Definitely, with this rebuilding project, you want to get guys who have very high discovery and efficiency rates. That way you can find guys, scout guys, and get the best players possible through the draft, which is very important. In terms of might leave. I already got a guy in Central. Alright, we're just gonna pick him up because he's cheaper. And then obviously the guy in the East, that's fine. I don't think there's anyone better. Nope. 54. Nope, we're good. We're gonna leave him in the East. So obviously we get some guys who are able to scout guys. Set the sponsorships, or else I'm gonna forget. Which is never good. Always want to get paid for your hard work. Rotation's good. Like I said, I really don't have any problems with the rotation whatsoever. What I want to do, though, is I want to go ahead. We have, wow. I mean, that's basically the bottom quarter of our, whatever, I can't even talk, tired as hell, roster. So I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of all these guys with deep potential. Sorry, Tim Tebow. The show was over. The one guy I might keep is just Lobatone. This we have another catcher at the big league level. He's not sucking up a bunch of money. But these guys, I mean, they're going to go nowhere. So it's not even worth having them on the roster. I mean, 1 or 2 of them might bump up to a C potential. But it's just not worth keeping them on the roster and sucking up space. So we have lots of work to do in free agency here before we get the season started. So now what I'm going to do is just go in on the depth chart there, see where we're low, and load back up. So I'm just going to go position by position. Wants 3.2. Doesn't like the coaching staff. By the way, this is a new roster. It was just called Rosters and Ratings. It says it had something to do with ESPN. I don't know exactly what that meant. but that's the roster I'm using. Everyone's a little bit higher, has a little bit higher of a rating than I think they should, which is good and bad. But in case you want to use it, use this roster, there. That's my take on it. So, I mean, I just got to go in here and I just got to find a bunch of guys. So that's the plan. We need some relievers. Try and stay young. Guys who I can sign for cheap that don't have any big league experience would be great. Possibly Shea Simmons. Our big league rotation is honestly pretty good for the most part. Wow, one's 1.2. Not even looking for guys with B or A potentials, just kind of looking for just people to make our roster complete. Like I said, just having guys who have D potentials really isn't going to get you anywhere. And it's just kind of a waste of space. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that for now. Just go back and check. Possibly another closer, if we could. David Endo, perfect. Jim Jones, A potential. Perfect. Go ahead and swap it. So in terms, we need another catcher, possibly another first baseman. Try and get a young catcher here. B potential. Got a bunch of guys with B potential here. So who? Fielder, and McGrath. I'm going to go ahead and just sign Fielder. A little bit better ratings. First baseman, Alden Roland. Go ahead and pick him up. Another guy, Logan Samuels. But we're kind of running out of positions here. Still have Gonzalez. They cut him in real life. I might just pick up wherever the guy went, Logan Samuels, and just dump Gonzalez, depending on how he does during the spring. Needs second baseman, possibly two. There's definitely a lot more guys with higher potentials as free agents. Usually you don't run into that. I mean, it depends on how you look at it. It's kind of cheap, but it is kind of nice, especially if you're in this position where you're just trying to jumpstart, an organization. Up to 82, so now we're going to be in the outfield here. Basically need 1 in center, 2 in left, and 3 in right. Again, doesn't necessarily need to be guys. I don't know how I feel about that actually. Who have A or B potentials, just guys who can fill up the roster. There's my guy in the center, Ray Fuentes. And then need 3 in right. Go and pick up Willie Garcia, I guess. I usually pick him up. A lot of these guys, You know, if you get guys like this, they're just valuable in trades and stuff. The high potential, you know, it makes more of an impact than you think it would. So there's that. Oh, I might just pick him up for the hell of it. So now we just need 2 in left, actually. I might just pick up a center fielder, a right fielder, and then just slide some people over. Actually, I'll pick up that guy. So now we're up to 88. We have 2 spots available. Might just go with 2 relievers, possibly. Slide him over to left, and we're good. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 7. Perfect. D. Go and pick up this guy. So there. Then we're good. So I think we got a couple more guys up, possibly in the top prospect list. But I don't know for sure. When it gets closer to the draft, I'll kind of go over the whole, you know, where we're weak, where we're strong stuff, and, you know, figure out who we should pick. So obviously there you see we're negative with the cash flow. So what we're gonna do is hopefully trade up, or not trade up, but just dump some payroll here. I think Gonzalez, there's really no point in hanging on to him. Hopefully get him for a cheap prospect. If we get any takers at all. We'll just trade him to Baltimore. Really didn't get anyone useful out of him. So now with the budget, we're back at 13. Let's just go ahead and take a look at it. Just see, you know, who's making a lot of money that we don't really need to be paying. So David Wright is right there as well. At $15.5 million for the next 3 years. Jay Bruce at 13. Todd Frazier at 8.2. We got DeGrom, Vargas, Swarzak, Reyes. He's making a lot. Blevin's making a lot. So, I mean, all of these old guys are just making a lot of money that aren't really necessary. You know, Devin Mesoraco making 2.6. You know, that's 70 overall. It's just not smart, you know, to keep those guys around, you know, for a long period of time, I guess. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to get for this guy, or these guys. Throwing David Wright. I mean, he went up barely. So let's just see if we can get any prospects out of it. I doubt we'll be able to. I don't think a lot of teams are going to be willing to eat that amount of money at $18 million, basically, that I'm trying to dump. You know, 18 for 12, 18 for 21, 18 for 19, 18 for 20. Yeah, so I mean, I'm not I'm not getting anywhere. So this is going to be tough. Whether or not I want to eat that money on Wright just because I got him for the next 3 years, basically. Could pick up Brock Holt, which is probably what I'm going to do. Get some decent relievers here. Get a decent starter in Liriano. Hector Neris. I mean, that's a possibility. Got him for the next 4 years. Very good career numbers. Basically 200 innings pitched. At 345 fielding and independent pitching. Philadelphia's closer. I'm not concerned with having to face Devin Mesoraco. Not really, an offensive asset really to any team besides possibly the power numbers, but that hasn't been there for 4 years, and defensively really not that good either. So in this trade, we can definitely pick up a reliable closer. It's either throw in our bullpen or slide over to that closing role. I think I'm definitely going to throw him into the bullpen for now, and maybe clear house a little bit with some money, but I'm definitely going to take that deal. So what I'm going to do now, he wants to be in the bullpen, so we're just going to throw him in the bullpen. That's fine. I'm willing to do that. So Neris is in the bullpen now. Bumped down from an 81 to a 79. He's got a C potential. Hopefully that can increase, though, if he has a good year or two. Other than that, we still got some cleaning up to do on our big league team. Just got a couple guys who just shouldn't be on the big league roster going into spring. So that's good for now. With that, I'm pretty fine with that. Robert Giselman, we're okay there. Rotation is fine. I don't know. The only thing I really want to do is just get rid of Wright. Sorry, Mets fans, but I really don't envision him playing anytime soon. And I just don't want to eat $15.5 million. I mean, there we go, 15 to 16, and that's it. That's as good as it's gonna get for now. If I release him, so I'm basically gonna be paying. Oh man, 14 basically. I'm almost gonna be paying $20 million over the next course of the 3 years. So what I might do is I might just designate him for assignment, see if he gets anyone to take him. So I got 10 days. I gotta remember that. Or else I'm gonna forget, and then be $20 million in trouble. So I'm gonna take care of some things, and then I'm gonna come back and just give an overview of the organization, just kind of where we're at, where I think we're at, what I'm looking for. And I definitely think there's a lot of could be potential on the Mets. But again, it's the Mets, and it seems like something goes wrong for them every year, or there's just an issue, or There's just something, they just have been underperforming, for the longest time. Um, and it's just not good. It's not a good situation over in New York. And and just something, to be quite honest, something really needs to be done because, you can't, it's not acceptable, and especially that big of a market, with those high of expectations, something has to be done. And like I said it in the other Marlins video, you guys can go check them out. I talk a lot about um, just the NL East in general and just kind of the shape it's taking and kind of where it's going. And definitely for the Mets to get out in front of the rebuilds that are coming is definitely, a smart move. What was that batting stance? I kind of like that. All-Star 29. Kind of like that. Gotta keep that in mind. Um, but yeah, I mean, now we're at 90K. I really don't think there's anything else to do. I definitely want to give some guys a shot. I definitely want to try and keep the team as competitive as possible. Um, for the foreseeable future. But if we get to the All-Star break and things are, really not going well, then it might be time to jump ship. The one thing I might do is try and ship out Reyes. Just trying to see what I could possibly get. That's interesting. I'm not going to do that. I like that Detroit Tigers trade. So that's probably what I'm going to do. Hopefully I still got it. I didn't even see the guys' names. That's also interesting. It's actually very interesting. I might go ahead and do that for now. I'm kind of just swapping players there. Um, I mean, I don't know how I really feel about Perella. I mean, he's more of a utility guy, possibly, can really play anywhere, it looks like. Um, yep, so he could be a possible second base candidate. Um, because like I said, some of these guys could be shipping out here if things really don't go well. So we're just going to go ahead and update the trading block. Like I said, really in terms of starters, I'm really happy with where we're at. I don't really see any need to try and trade anyone. Really just want to focus on guys who are on their way out. And guys I'm not really going to need. So I'm really hesitant to put Cespedes on there. I really think Cespedes is probably going to be the biggest return. Um, so I'm going to hold off on that for now. Just to try and get much of a return as I can possibly get. So let's just go ahead and just go over the holes where we're at right now. I mean, we're on this page. We might as well. Where'd my pen go? So like I said, the rotation, um, I'm happy with the rotation. We have lots of potential, a decent amount of depth. If you remember what I did with the Marlins, I just turned their pitching into just the most depth and just high potential guys I could possibly find. I mean, in my bullpen, I started out with one or two guys with B potentials, and by that fourth year, every single guy was a B potential. So I'm happy with where we're at right now. I think we can do a little bit better, but it's not at the top of my priorities. Familia, well, let's see. It says he's at 5 years. So yeah, he's basically gonna have to get re-signed. Do have a closer coming up, 24. So closer, I'm gonna put on the list, but I'm not overly concerned about it. It's probably going to be one of the lower priorities. Catchers, again, I might wait on that. First baseman, we're okay. Possibly, I'm gonna throw it on the list just to get a guy who's older and has closer to a 75 to 80 overall, who can just give us a little bit more production, depending on how we do. Again, if we're really struggling, lots of young guys are gonna play. Second base, definitely want to try and get someone in the draft. High ceiling, blue chip guy. Third base is probably the number one. Again, through the draft, blue chip guy. Shortstop, we're good. Left field, we're good. Center field, we're good. In right field, we need guys. So third base is going to be 1. I think right field is going to be 2. I'm gonna go ahead and put first at third, just because we have Perella. We just got him. So second will be 4th, and closer will be 5th. So those are our holes. Closer, first base, second base, third base, right field. So let's go ahead and update that shading block. Closer. We've got to remember catcher, so I'm going to leave catcher on there. We're going to go first base, second base, third base, right field. I hate how they do that. We don't need a closer at the moment. That's just more draft, so I'm going to go ahead and put right field. So the next thing, we already really loaded up on free agents there. So what I might do, I don't know, a lot of those guys in free agency, they want just too big of contracts. Like Trevor Cahill here, 70 overall at C potential. He wants 2.4 mil. I mean, that's just not going to happen. Even Storn wants a lot. Mike Napoli. Possibly could be a first base guy for us. I'm going to give Dominic Smith some time. I'm going to see how he does. And that Mike Napoli could possibly be a pickup for us. Again here, just trying to get as many B potential guys or whatever as I can. It really comes in handy, when you get down to trades or something. It just adds that little bit more, I guess, of credibility to the guy, you're sending back. That interest meter just bumps up just that little bit more, compared to a D or C potential. Sure that's the right guy. But, again, just trying to get as much depth as I possibly can get. Um, that's really what I'm trying to do. Again, because I mean, this has got to be a 3-year swing. There's really no time to screw around. Henderson Alvarez is possibly a guy who I'd be interested in picking up. He usually gets picked up by a team in free agency, and he usually has a pretty good year. Has pretty good, decent, good. I want to call him great career numbers. But I just don't know. I like where we're at. I really don't want to add that much more money. Possibly a switch between Jason Vargas and Alvarez, just because he's a little bit younger. Possibly could give us a little bit more of a return. But we gotta wait. Within this list, I definitely want to try and target some of these guys through trades or whatnot. But again, it's tough. I mean, I don't even think we're gonna have one guy, nope, in the top 50. So yeah, that is what it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and just jump in here. I'm really just gonna throw in Dominic Smith. Pretty sure Perella can play first base too, so that might be an option for us. As well as TJ Rivera, so he actually might be good. In terms of adding someone at first base or not. So Smith is definitely putting up good numbers so far. Definitely something to keep an eye out for. Like I said, I'm if I can get those guys, the young guys as much time as I possibly can. I'm honestly okay with that. Um, but again, it's just wait and see. I don't even have Nimmo in there. I mean, there's really nowhere to put him. He's really only getting a lot of playing time up at the big league level because Cespedes. So again, just tweaking with the bullpen, trying to give everyone even innings and whatnot. Giselman's having a very good spring. Chris Flexen is as well. Ahmed Rosario is doing very well. Darno is struggling. Dominic Smith is doing very well. So I think that kind of solves our first base problem. Wilmer Flores is also doing very well. What I might do is throw in Nimmo there just to give him some reps. Swap him with Cespedes, and then with Conforto as well. So throw Nimmo there. Go ahead and lead him off. Then Cabrera, Cespedes. Going to go ahead and throw Flores up in the 4 hole and Smith in the 5 hole. Just trying to get as much production as I possibly can out of these guys here. Perella's also putting up pretty good numbers through 5 at bats, or 18 at bats. Alright, so let's go ahead. We're going to take a look at this, and we're just going to start sending some people down. I'm going to go ahead and send Flexen down. I just don't really know that much about him. He put up decent numbers in the spring, but nothing eye-opening. So we got 6 guys, 7 at AA, AAA as well. Don't want to do that. Want to send him to Class A. And Jim Bateman is going to go down to Class A as well. So now we have 6-5-5-4, which is good by me. Go ahead and take a look at our relievers. So Robles struggling. We're going to go ahead and have him start the year down in AA or AAA. So 6-7. Mark Singer, however you want to say it. He's going to go ahead and go down as well. Oh no, I forgot about David Wright. Yes, I did. So now we're going to have more money to pay. Hopefully that's not going to come back to bite us. I really don't think I was going to be able to get really anything off of him, though, to be honest with you. No one picked him up, so of course now he wants $2 million. Oh, so that kind of sucks. Definitely didn't go as planned. So Napoli only wants 1.5, which isn't bad. I mean, I'd pay that. JJ Hardy. Wow. He's been in the league forever. I might give Danny Santana a try. A little bit more of a utility guy. But you know, I'm kind of at the point right now, just trying to get as many guys as I possibly can, who would, you know, possibly have an impact. So Familia is kind of coming around. Swarzak is pitching the ball very well. Paul Zewald didn't really have that good of a year. Last year was 0-6. He might go ahead and get sent down. Yep, he's going to get sent down. So our bullpen and rotation look about set. A lot of guys struggling. Go ahead and take a look at the lineups now. Dominic Smith still doing very good out of the gate. So we're going to go ahead and roll with him. 2 first basemen up in AAA. 1 can catch. So I'm okay with that. Wilmer Flores having a monster spring. Todd Frazier struggling pretty good. Going to give him a little bit of time in the year. But again, it's going to be quick hooks on a lot of these guys. Cecchini struggled in spring. Go ahead and send him down for now. Conforto struggling. We're going to go ahead and keep Perella up. Like I said, he's more of a utility guy, which I kind of like. Having one of those guys on your team. So we're going to go ahead and keep him. So we're good. We got 3 extra guys. Really just in the lineup sort of thing. So Noah Syndergaard goes down. Calf injury. Which is not fun. So now we're down a guy. We got to add possible reliever. So I guess I really got no choice here but to add Zewald. I hate the generic windups that they give these guys. So we're going to go ahead and give him Matt Bush. Because why not? Send him back up to big leagues. He's going to start the year in the bullpen. Hector Neris has pitched the ball very well since coming over from the Phillies. Familia is pitching pretty well. Whip is a little bit high, so that's a little bit of a worry, but not the end of the world. So I see the problem here. Double A. I'm going to be a catcher short. Actually, no, I'm not. So we're going to keep Lobaton for now, but he's probably going to get replaced after this year. Dominic Smith still hitting the ball very well. Still got one more guy than we need. Let's see what I can get for Frazier. Flores has just been playing extremely well. So I might just dump him right now and get it going. So there, I mean, we get a whole package of prospects. We get a first baseman, a third baseman, and a second baseman. Don't know if I'm going to take it, just because a lot of them aren't. I don't really need a lot of what they were offering. Jose Trevino? Edward Cabrera? So let's go back to Boston here. We get a possible second baseman. Very low rank though. So I might hold off on that. Let's just go ahead and look what we get for MLB Ready. Tim Beckman and Danny Valencia, Brad Bach, pitcher and a reliever. In terms of Cashner, we get our first baseman as well as a catcher, but we jump up in payroll, which I'm not really comfortable with. Billy McKinney and Adam Warren, Hevecheria and Daniel Hudson, Andres Romo Span, Solarte and Clippard. Possible right there. Really want to try and stay cheap if I can. Jason Hamill, Justin Grimm. Huh. So Brian Flynn. $27, got him for the next 4 years. Lefty coming out of the pen, 6'7". Paul Orlando. I don't really want Ian Kennedy. Like he's good. Possibly not that good. Jake Junis, I would be interested in. So we get a no. But I really am not in need of him. So who would you want? Jimenez and Perella. Lindsay and Smith. I could go back. Give me Lindsay. Guess I just gotta do it myself. Lindsay, I mean, we already got Nimmo. Okay. Wow, I jumped up. Have lots of shortstops here. It's almost like take your pick there. They like the third baseman. Vientos, Phillip Evans. I might give him Luis Guillermi. So on top of that, we're pretty well set in the rotation now. That could kick out Vargas, even Wheeler. I think we could get a nice pullback from Wheeler. We'll go ahead and make that trade. Kind of just smart all the way across the board. Again, these generic windups, I cannot stand them. I've never pitched with Junis. I've never even faced him. So I don't know what he's got. Let's see what type of pitcher he is. Junis. Nope, I don't want that. I want this. It is tough to find one, I'm not gonna lie. I'll go with David Phelps. Why not? So Zach Wheeler's really struggling. Um, he's still got 3 options. I might send him down to AAA just for the time being. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll push back Jordan Humphreys as well as Ryan Benjamin. Um, oh, so now we got some extra guys up here. So I might send back down Zawald. Take a look at Brian Flynn. Of course, the generic. All right. We're gonna go with Jason Mott. Um, I think really everyone else has got. I really don't like the Seth Lugo one though. Really don't. Hmm. I'll go Edwin Jackson, or else I'm gonna be doing it forever. So we're good there. Possibly some sliding around, some moving of some guys once Syndergaard gets back, which will be in 59 days. Other than that, really all of our affiliates look good on their rosters. We don't have 4 lineups. We're just going to go with what we're going with and then adjust once we get here. So Nimmo not really doing much at the top of the lineup. Dominic Smith had a very good spring. Guys coming off the bench did okay. Jay Bruce really didn't produce that much. So we're going to leave it the way it is for now. Pretty content with it. Possibly move Conforto up there. There we go. I think I like that a little bit more. And then against lefties, again, pretty content all the way across the board. Might move Conforto up there. Throw Nimmo back in. Throw Nimmo to Cespedes and Conforto to Nimmo. I'm actually going to put Nimmo in the 2-hole. Actually, just throw him in the 1-hole. Why not? Flores, Cespedes. Go with a lefty. Then Perella, D'Arnaud, and Rosario. So there we go. Pretty happy with that. And we're going to advance into the season here. So let's get it going. Definitely have our scouts. So like I said, closer, first base, second base, third base in order. Third base, right field, first base, second base, and closer. So we got pitchers from the east. So we're going to go pitcher. Velocity, we're going to go from the left side. Again, with the pitchers in the central, so we're going to go pitcher, velocity from the right side, and internationally, outfield. Let's just go power and arm. Give us some corner guys. And then in the east, we're going to go infield, power arm for hopefully some more corner guys as well. So there we go with our first round of scouting. DeGrom is going to get the opening day nod. Matz, Lugo, Junis, and then Vargas down at the bottom there. You see the bullpen. Pretty happy with that. Just going to go ahead and just get this all set up or else it gets all out of whack, which is never fun. I definitely think I got way too many pitchers in here, though. This might turn into a mess. Yep, Eric Romano starting pitcher. We're just going to leave it. Oh, Anthony K. Okay. So it looks like we're good. Let's make sure we got the closers in the right spot. We do. Whatever his name is, Mauricio Cabrera will go down to AA, and then Robert Iapato will go down to single A. So, get all set up. And we're good. We got opening day coming up. So we're taking on Carlos Martinez and the Cardinals. So I think really just going to play a game and I'm going to sim for a while. That's the way it's going to go. So let's just jump right into it here. Don't want it to rain. And there we go. Let's get into it, boys and girls. All right.
Back now as we draw ever closer to
First day as the
pitch.
Mets franchise, Jacob DeGrom on the mound.
Digging in, Tommy Pham. He will lead this one off today.
Okay, good. We got offset.
And the new season is finally upon us as the first pitch of the new year is taken here for ball one.
So Syndergaard probably get the opening day nod. He's on the shelf to start out the year for like the next month. Why aren't you running?
But it's over his head and it hops the wall for a ground rule double.
Well, that was annoying.
Here's Colton Wong now. In previous duels with DeGrom, not great. He's 1 for 8. A ball and no strikes.
Boy, that's a great breaking ball right there. That's a tough pitch to lay off when that ball's coming in. At that plane right there, quality take.
Pulled toward right center field. Nimmo in pursuit, but he won't get there. It falls in. And they'll get it in quickly.
So I got first and second on a play that should have been made in the outfield.
Hey, not a great start for the pitcher.
Controller just like stopped working.
Double, now adding a single, and one of your middle of the order bats is coming to the dish. Man, I don't think this was the start he was imagining warming up in the
Need a strikeout and a double play.
Stands in as he looks at a called strike. 0-1 pitch on its way. Took a wave at one around the shins with no luck. 2 strikes now and a runner at first. Do you go for the strikeout or are you still looking for the double play ball?
This is a great spot to be in as a pitcher. You have 2 strikes, you can bury one for a potential strikeout, and at worst, keep the ball down in the zone. You might be able to turn one pitch into an ending double play.
And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2.
It looked like he tried to get him to chase on that pitch there, 1-2. A good idea, but I think now he has to challenge him a little bit.
Got
he
strikeout.
doesn't want to get into a worse situation.
Should bring up
Ozuna up next.
So he gets him swinging on a pitcher's pitch. Paul DeYoung becomes the first out of the inning. First offering on its way. Cold strike on the inside corner.
You know, from an offensive standpoint, they already knew they had their work cut out for him against a great pitcher. But if he's going to rotate like that, this is going to be a tough day.
Swing and a miss just out in front of that fastball.
With 2 strikes and the runners at the corners, this is a big pitch coming up. Got to execute and hope to either get a strikeout or a double play ball to help you get out of this thing.
The 1-2. And he fouls this one off.
Yeah, I think that's the idea, Matt. But he might spin to win if he starts looking for it in there.
The 1-2 is laid off for ball 2.
Well, that's what you want from your curveball on 1 and 2. You start it in the zone and let it break out of the zone where it can't be punished. Didn't get him to go after it, but the execution was nice.
Should be double play.
On the ground is short. Could be
And we do. Inning double play. That's big.
Just like that.
Rosario to Cabrera to Smith over at first. So bring up the Mets here. Hopefully we can start off 2018 season with a bang.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. A changeup that just
I really have never played with the Mets in this game. Played a lot against them, but never really with them. So I'm interested to see.
Swing and a miss at a ball down.
Missed the pitch right there.
Up and the 0-2 pitch. Fastball down near the shoe tops. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Very weakly on the ground, but it gets fouled. Popped him up. Jerko has a play. 1 away. Next up from New York, Asdrubal Cabrera will get to take his first cuts here. First delivery to him on the way. Line drive to center field. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now. Here's Yoenis Cespedes. First cuts for him here with the bases open and 2 away. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. First pitch changeup here. Too far inside. It's 1-0. And a good as he just watches this baby, a ball and a strike. Down low, 2 balls.
2-1. Cespedes, hitters counting. Looking to do some damage. No one on base, 2 outs. Oh, that was a good pitch.
2-2 now.
Hey, from a pitcher's standpoint, sometimes the greatest pitch is the slider that backs up. He got away with that one, but he wants that thing to bury down low.
Too high, ball 3. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap.
I don't think I got all of it.
Back to the track.
Nope.
And he makes
Wall
a
ball.
nice catch on the track. Next to bat for St. Louis, Jose Martinez. He'll get us started in the top of the second. It's a fastball on the inside corner. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And that one stayed too low, apparently. DeGrom has a reputation, or a knack, if you will, for working himself out of tough situations when he finds himself there. A lot of relief pitchers are known for that, obviously, but as a starter, that's certainly a valuable characteristic to have.
Matty V, and I'm going to tell you who likes this. The bullpen likes it, and the manager likes this, because most pitchers are going to get into trouble at least 1 or 2 times during the course of a start, and it's nice to know as a manager that you have a guy that's out there that can pitch with men on base and wiggle out of some tough jams. This guy's made a living doing this in his career. Well, he punched out the last guy, but he didn't get any favors from the blue on the first pitch in this at-bat. Probably should be ahead of this hitter instead of behind.
1-2. The 1-2 is a swing and a miss. That's strike 3. Stepping in, Yadier Molina. He'll work on keeping this top of the second alive. Curveball just misses, apparently. 1-0. The 1-0. Down the third baseline. Oh, and he has some trouble with it. And the throw won't be in time, as he'll be able to beat out the recovery throw at first. Here's Dexter Fowler now. In previous duels with DeGrom, he's gone 2 for 6. He's taken him deep once. The 0-1 pitch. He's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2. Molina leads off first with a pair of outs in the inning. Fowler behind the ball and 2 strikes.
That's a strike.
Wow, that was a pretty good 2-strike slider right there. I think that one fooled him, and the umpire too.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Man, this at-bat has changed quickly from 0-2 now to 2-2. A good job of plate discipline by this hitter, not chasing those pitches just off the plate.
No score here as we play inning number 2. This is hit the other way out toward left field. Conforto has a read on it. No trouble with this one, and the inning. Next for the Mets, Michael Conforto set to lead off the home half of the second. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Now this is chopped foul with home plate. It's 0-1. Fastball swung on and hit to second. And the inning begins with a quick out number 1. Now to the plate, Wilmer Flores. First pitch coming, here it is. Hit on the ground out for short. DeYoung gathers it in. And there are 2 away now.
2 quick outs at the inning. Brutal. Brings in the rookie Dominic Smith.
Trying to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second.
Hopefully the future first baseman of the Mets
stands in at an even 6 feet. Throws left-handed, swings the bat the same way. He's a second-year big leaguer. A swing and a shot hit down the corner.
Nope.
And that nearly broke our scoreless tie. Instead, it's a foul ball.
All right, that's when you got to tell yourself to slow down a little bit right there. Out in front on a fastball, hit it hard, but pulled it foul.
Won't get that.
Ozuna will make the catch to retire. Some fans still trickling into the ballpark as we get you set for the top of inning number 3. In there at the knees as he offers a strike to the leadoff man, 0-1. And that one just missed outside. The 1-1 home. Swung on and missed for strike number 2.
Yep, 1 and 2.
Popped him up. Smith waits on it. 1 out. Ready for another chance. Tommy Pham. That was a double for him in his first turn at the plate. Outside target here, and he gets it for strike 1.
You know, Matty, when I first broke into the league, you wouldn't see that high heater first pitch right out of the gate.
Nope.
But I think there's been a change in philosophy here. Back in the late 90s, early 2000s, guys wanted to attack you more east-west, get you leaning left-right. Now you're seeing guys attacking the philosophy more north-south. Just with launch angles and exit velocities, I think guys are afraid to throw that sinking fastball for fear that guys are just going to run their barrel into it. Not the case with the high fastball.
Made a miss on the off-speed pitch that time. Tommy Pham is out number 2 here in the 3rd inning. No balls and 1 strike. Ball 1.
Well, those were a couple of close pitches right there in the inner part of the zone. Hitters will tell you, pitches in that location are tough to do anything with.
Count is 1 and 2 now. The 1-2. He's in there. A called strike 3. Here's the catcher, Travis d'Arnaud. 7, 8, and 9 to start the home 3rd.
Not much going on offensively so far for these guys. 6 up, 6 down. We'll see if the bottom part of the lineup can get something going.
Well, the home
I'll
crowd
get down.
seems a
First
little
hit of the year
restless,
for the
so
Mets.
I'm sure that
Comes from
appreciate
Travis d'Arnaud.
Hey, guys, there had to be something in the scouting report right there. For him to be on top of that.
Jacob deGrom comes up. We're going to go ahead and put a bunt down. And bring up the rookie, Ahmed Rosario.
Now, Ahmed Rosario. And he could give his
Shortstop
guys
of the
an early
future.
lead if he can come through here. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Grounded softly to the right. Underhanded flip. And the throw
Beats him.
not gonna be
94
in time.
speed
He's
there
able
for
to reach
Rosario.
base safely.
I'll bring up Brandon Nimmo.
The former first-round draft choice, Brandon Nimmo. 0 for 1 here in the early going. First delivery to him on the way. Pulled toward right center
That
field.
should
Pham
work.
sprinting after it. He's there to make the catch, and here comes the runner from 3rd as this should get him on the
Now
board.
get him on the board.
3rd crosses
1-0.
the plate,
Bottom
and
of
they've
3rd
taken
to the
a
Mets.
1-0 lead.
Brandon Nimmo has sacked fly.
Stepping in and ready for another shot as Drupal Cabrera hit it hard when lined out in his first at-bat. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. Lifted the other way down the left field line. Ozuna is after it, and this will wind up a foul ball.
I know it's a guessing game, but usually when you flip that coin, it better come up fastball at this level. You cannot be late right there. That was right in the wheelhouse.
High fly ball out to straightaway center. Pham is going to have room out there as he puts this away. Digging in to try it again, Paul DeYoung. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. First pitch hacking here, and that's the first strike. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. High in the air down the right field line. But this is going to wind up a foul ball. Ready with the 0-2. Oh, a fastball swung on and missed, and for the 2nd time today, he's gone on strikes. Riding in once again, Marcell Ozuna. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Swing and a ball hit softly on the ground. But this gets foul, it's 0-1. And that misses 1-1. The 1-1. sharply on the ground. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. Digging in for his second at-bat, Jose Martinez, looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat. Here's a swing and a long drive high in the air and deep to center field. And off the batter's eye for a home run. An impressive shot to dead center field.
Well, they were smart not to challenge him with a fastball, but it didn't matter. He's their big dog for a reason, so he waited, stayed back, and absolutely exploded through the zone on that one.
Jed Jerko is in now as he watches a pitch for ball one. On a great pitch there, caught in reach, and it's 1-1. Fouled off.
Classic change of speeds right there. Threw the hitter's timing off. Got a late foul ball. Interested to see where he goes now.
Good plate discipline to lay off the slider that time, and he draws even at 2-2. Here now the 2-2. Hit hard on the ground towards second. Cabrera's up with it. Throw in time, and the side is retired. At the plate, Yoenis Cespedes. He flew out in his last at-bat. First offering on its way. Fouled away. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. The breaking ball that time in for a strike.
Hey, I don't blame him right there. Giving up on that inside curveball, little front hipper. That's a tough pitch. You just can't figure out where the point of contact should be.
And he takes a big swing at that one as this one's lifted high in the air and deep out to left field. See you later. Over the wall, a
first
home
one
run.
of the Mets.
Well, if you're going to give up a towering blast to one of the best players in their lineup, it's better to do it with no one on base. It stings, sure, but a solo shot isn't going to be the deciding factor in the game.
Into the box now, Michael Conforto. First pitch misses to him. It's ball one. Conforto tends to have more success against right-handed pitching like this than he does against southpaws. Could be a comfort thing. Maybe he just picks up the ball a little better, but that's the book on him at this point. Count now a ball and a strike. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Fastball stays way up that time for ball two. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Sent out to straightaway center field. Pham moves over. He's got it one away. So coming to the plate, Wilmer Flores comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Swing and a miss, 0-1.
You might see a change of game plan right here from the pitcher and catcher. They have to find a way to get these guys off that early count lead. Look for a little bit of change of pace.
That's his first base hit, making 1 for 2 now. At the plate, Dominic Smith. 1 in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning. From the stretch. Oh, had him chopping at that one. It's 0-1.
We're moving along in this one, heading into the middle innings. This guy continuing to pitch well, and one of the reasons why, first pitch strike ratio over 70% up to this point in this game.
Oh, and a fine play there as he ranges back to put this one away. Not an easy play by any means, and there are 2 gone. Now at the plate, Travis d'Arnaud. He reached on a single in his first truck. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Breaking ball in for a strike. Ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Tried to change your pace with 2 strikes there, but it misses 1 and 2. 2. Locks him up for strike 3.
A little bit out of zone.
Now a pitch on the way. Here's a fastball called for strike 1. 0-1 the count to Molina. Good. 0-2 now.
Wow, not sure what that was, but talking about having your mind made up you're going to swing before the pitcher even throws a pitch. I don't know how you swing at that pitch.
Checked his swing there. Did he go around? No, says the first base umpire. Ball 1. And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2. Here now the 2-2. Lifted in the air out towards left center. On the run is Nimmo. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone. Here's Dexter Fowler now. Flied out in his first at-bat, so making 0 for 1 so far. High and deep to right. Cespedes is going back. Still ranging back. And this one is gone. A home run.
You think it's easy to be a pitcher at this level? Well, when the number 8 hitter takes you deep, you know there's no such thing as an easy out.
In now, Carlos Martinez. As he'll take a look at a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. 0 for 1 after a pop-out in foul territory his first time through. Swing and a miss, and he's quickly in the hole. 0-2. I think it's safe to say he wasn't ready for the fastball.
Yeah, and they set him up with that curveball on the pitch before, and that one, they just blew right by him.
And they could go either way now, I suppose. And he struck him out. Good pitch there as he registers his 8th punch out of the ballgame. And now back to the leadoff spot in the St. Louis lineup. Stepping in, Tommy Pham. 1 for 2, including a double back in the first. 1 ball, no strikes to count. The 1-0 is in there for strike 1. 1-1. There's a fastball that misses. 2 runs, 5 hits, and no errors so far for the Redbirds. Just a bit low, ball 3.
He's had command of his pitches all day, hasn't walked a soul. But we find ourselves in a 3-ball count here. Want to see how aggressive he gets in the zone.
And he's got himself another one. He picks up strikeout number 9. So here's the Mets pitcher. Jacob
I'll bring in DeGrom.
Did his job and laid down a successful sac bunt in his first appearance. There's a strike. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and he's in trouble now. 0-2.
Hey, if these guys are going to have any chance in this one, they are going to have to set their sights a little lower. You cannot expect to get the barrel of the bat in that baseball. That is entirely too high.
Fly ball out to right field. Fowler giving chase. 1 out. Stepping into the box, Ahmed Rosario. Here comes the first pitch. Bounce it to the left side. And there's out number 2. And here's the former first-round draft choice, Brandon Nimmo. It was an RBI sac fly for him last time through. Line drive to left. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away. And here's Colton Wong now. He's set to lead us off in the 6th inning. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And he takes a pitch right down the middle.
Well, that's a tough pitch to take right there, right down the middle. But I think that happens when you're facing a good pitcher like this guy. The last thing you're expecting is one right down the pipe, and unfortunately, he let that one go, and he'd like to have that pitch back to take a good swing at that one.
So that brings in the power-hitting middle infielder, Paul DeYoung. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. Down the first baseline. To his left, Smith. And a step on first for the out. 3 unassisted. Ready for another chance. Marcell Ozuna. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. Starts things here with a changeup for a ball strike. The windup and the 0-1. Takes a fastball on the inside corner.
I gotta say, his command of the corners in this start has been pretty exceptional. He's mixed east and west really well, and it's a big reason why he's had success.
The 1-2. Count still at 1-2. 2 runs, 5 hits, and no errors so far for the Redbirds. He will strike him out. 10 now in the ballgame. Stepping in and ready for another shot. Asdrubal Cabrera. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ballgame. High in the air and drifting out to shallow center. Pham moving in. He's there and records the first out. Trying to pick things up where he left off. Yoenis Cespedes. A hit in 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame.
Yeah, that last at-bat, Daddy, he turned that fastball around. He didn't hit it a ton. He didn't hit it a
it's like line drive after line drive.
Home run is a home run.
Digging in to try it again. Michael Conforto. He's bounced out and flown out in his first 2 plate appearances. Hit down the line at first. Martinez takes it in. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning. Digging in and looking for more, Jose Martinez. He'll start the 7th, and Dan, as a former pitcher yourself, you must be enjoying this. Lots of good pitching and defense today.
Well, that's one of the keys. We're seeing a lot of strikes. We're seeing a lot of swings. We're seeing some great plays on defense. This has been a snappy one up to this point.
Sent in the air out to straightaway center. Rosario backs up a bit, and he takes charge for the first out. Here's Jed Jerko now. 0 for 2 here to start the afternoon.
Jumps off the page and he found that power for it. Hit some huge homers for the game.
Right there for strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And a whiff at a good slider that time.
This is one of the things that makes him so effective as a pitcher. Able to pound the zone with all different options.
And he struck him out. And there's strikeout number 11 in the ballgame. So here's Yadi Molina now with 2 gone and the bases empty. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Now a swing and a hard hit grounder. This is foul for the first strike. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Molina swings and misses. He's in trouble now behind 0-2.
We're seeing him in an absolute groove out there in the mound right now. Retired 7 straight, and McCain.
Swing and a miss. That retires the side, and
That's it for DeGrom. He's getting the hook.
digging in once again, Wilmer Flores. Hit in 2 tries.
Definitely didn't pitch bad.
Halfway to 100 pitches. Here it is. Fastball to start things out here. Not close. It's a ball and no strikes. Counts even at 1-1 to Wilmer Flores. The 1-1. Line towards center field. And that's going to be a base hit, so the possible go-ahead run is on here to start the home half of the 7th.
Hey guys, he's not known for being a singles hitter right here, but that's his 2nd knock of the game.
And I'm sure he'll take him, but the guys on the other side of the scorecard might be thinking we really avoided a worse fate. Now time is called, and we'll have a pinch runner at first, and that'll be a wise decision as he's the potential go-ahead run. First delivery to him on the way. Up and in here as he had to bend out of danger.
When in doubt, take a step off the mound, grab the rosin bag, and take a deep breath. After a leadoff single, now you almost drilled the guy with the next pitch. You have to find a way to rely on your mechanics.
For the delivery, a check on that go-ahead run at first. Runner back safely. Runner goes for second. Line to the right side. And that'll get down for a base hit. And now they'll have runners at the corners to start off the inning.
Hey, you play to win the game right there. You want to put this defense on its heels a little bit. Late innings for them to implore the hit and run, that's an aggressive tactic by the manager, and it paid off.
Here comes the first pitch. Grounded down the third baseline. Throw to the plate. Oh, and the tag will get him at home plate as that keeps the ball game tied.
All right, Jay Bruce.
Jay Bruce come on to pinch hit here in a big spot. Good bite to the slider, and he takes strike one.
All right, let's see. We should get up in the bullpen. Definitely bringing in Neris.
0-1 count. Here's the pitch. He pulls this one into right. Fowler is right there as he takes it for the second out. And he is in there at third as the possible go-ahead score. Ready once again, Ahmed Rosario. He got on top of one and was a ground-out victim last time. Fastball in there for a called strike. Runners on first and third, 2 away. To third. And the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the Jose Pirela is going to go ahead and stay in the ballgame and play third now.
Now playing third base, number 2, Jose Pirela.
Dexter Fowler will be the first one to greet him here as he'll be forced to turn around and hit from the left side now.
And that last at-bat when he went deep, he turned around a pretty good fastball. So I'm kind of thinking this guy's a good fastball hitter. So I might want to move that ball up and down and in and out. Try not to throw it right down the middle of the plate.
A ball and a strike now. The 1-1 home. Strike 2 swinging.
Beautifully thrown splitter right there. High 80s, down in the zone. Looks like a fastball coming in, and then it just drops off the table. You can get a lot of swinging strikes with that.
Greg Garcia move into the on-deck circle now to try to get something started here with 1 gone in the inning. And looks like he got the call there on the pitch inside. It's 0-1. Comes set, and the 0-1. There's a slider taken for a ball. A ball and 2 strikes now. 1 out, nobody on. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen. And now back to the leadoff spot in the St. Louis lineup. Stepping in, Tommy Pham. His career numbers against Hector Neris. He's 2 for 3. He also has 1 home run.
Hey, just a nice piece of hitting right there. He's able to keep his hands inside that ball, stay square as long as possible, and feed it into the opposite field for a base hit.
Colton Wong will stand in. He'll swing and lift the ball foul off to the left and out of play. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. And another strike. Good fastball under the hands. It's 0-2.
One of my favorite pitches in the game right there. The old Greg Maddux equalizer. Started at the front hip and going back.
Sneaked up on the second for the force out on the side. Sean Gilmartin is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Swing and a drive to right. There it
Brandon
goes.
Nimmo putting one out.
And as Mets fans have heard before, that ball's out of here.
This is one of those situations you dream about when you're a kid. He steps up in a big spot and blasts his first home run of the year to take the lead. Storybook stuff has come to life.
Bullpen, get up Familia. Familia is scheduled to come in.
Here now is Asdrubal Cabrera. Lifted in the air out to center field. And that's in there, base hit. Ready for another shot now. Yoenis Cespedes. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far.
You know, Matt, and every team has that one guy, and Yoenis Cespedes is that guy for the Mets. Completely changes that complexion of that Mets betting order.
0-1, here it comes. Hit hard to short. DeYoung's got it. One there. On to first, and Cespedes grounds into a double play. Riding in once again, Michael Conforto. He was retired via the ground ball last time up. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Line, but speared on a hop. And the throw to first is in time, but Jerry Familia comes on from the pen, hoping to finish this one off here in the top of the ninth. Stepping in for the Cardinals, Paul DeYoung. Could really use a knock here, 0 for 3 in the game so far. First offering on its way. Ninth inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a called strike. As we near the end of this one, it's clear the long ball has played a big role in today's outcome. Dan, D-Row, what are your final thoughts on what we've seen?
Yeah, just non-competitive pitches in some big situations, Dan, and the offense took full advantage.
Yeah, you know, D-Row, one of the things about pitching is you want to have location, and it was obvious in this one today that the pitchers weren't on point, and what happens when that happens? Hitters make you pay, and the long ball was a big part of this one here.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. A sinker over the outside corner for strike 2.
Good pitch right there from the reliever. Tough for hitters to do much with pitches in that location unless they're looking for it.
Now a swing and a ground ball for the second baseman Cabrera. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the ninth inning gets underway. Now the Cardinals' number 4 hitter, Marcell Ozuna. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. He's set and the pitch. Grounded up the first baseline. Smith is there, and he'll step on first himself for the out. Next to bat for St. Louis, Jose Martinez. And if you remember, I'm sure he does, he hit a round tripper back in the 4th. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And that one just missed outside. 1-run game here in the top of the ninth. Now a ball hit hard toward first, and that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit. Throw into second, but he'll be in there with a double.
Everyone knows there are no awards for successfully getting 26 outs. You need to get all 27 before you can start celebrating. That 2-out double here tonight, putting the equalizer on at second base. A couple of minutes ago, this thing looked like it might be over, but everything can change with one swing of the bat.
Strike 1 to start the at-bat. They'll go to work on getting that tying run home from second. Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. Down and away, ball 1. Lifetime against Familia. Not a big sample size, 0 for 1. 1-1 is taken for ball 2.
That's back-to-back breaking balls away, but now he's got himself into a little bit of a tough spot. You probably can't throw that again, so your opponent is probably up there just looking for a fastball that he can drill.
Yadier Molina will be next if they can keep this inning alive. Swing and a miss, and they're up against it now as they're down to their final strike of the afternoon.
Hey, boys, you talk about getting your ace swing off. That's what it looks like right there. A guy with massive power.
Game over.
Take the first one in the year.
And the Mets move to 1-0 on the young season as this ball game is over. A 1-run game this
Brandon
afternoon.
Nimmo coming up
3-2 the final
clutch.
finish. The Mets came through
8th
late,
inning,
taking the lead in the
8th inning home run from him. All right. Alright, we're back. Took a leak. Got something to eat. So we take the first game of the year against the Cardinals. This is going to be a little bit more rebuilding project. So if you remember watching the Marlins franchise that I made, you should know that I honestly don't even play that much. My whole plan is to sim up to the draft here, and then have at it. See how things go really after that. So that's my plan. Don't know if I'll stick to it. I mean, I definitely want to get in and get the draft done. You know, then really, everything's really going to fall into place after I have the draft. So, yeah, really nothing else to say. So, we just got to get there and take care of that. Jake Junis, really good Mets debut, one hitter. Nimmo with another home run. 8 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. I'm not really going to keep track of it, so we dropped down eight spots since the beginning of the year, I know. I think we started the year off at 8. I'm sure with all those moves that I made and getting rid of those guys that I did, I'm sure that had an impact on that. So as good as Smith did, I really hope he can perform during the year. So I really don't know who else is going to be out there. First base wise. But we'll see. Taking on the first lefty of the year, it looks like. Take a win. We really have lots of guys struggling in the bullpen. Familia's pitching well, but that's about it. Ahmed Rosario's not really doing much. Just not a whole lot of productivity. Rosario's really struggling. Oh, wow. I totally botched that. I've had that available for a while. International position players. So we got a left fielder, center fielder, high contact rate. There's some power, there's some arm strength. Could possibly be a right fielder for us. In the East, position player. There we go. There we get our third baseman. A little bit of power. Definitely a starting pitcher. Going to scout him. You know, I'm going to leave Rosario in. I want him to struggle and get out of it himself. Still a lot of struggling going on in the bullpen. Let's check up on Syndergaard. Still got 24 more days. In terms of the top prospects here, take a look at it again. Don't think we're going to have anyone. And we do not. So, keep going. Drop 2 to the Braves, taking on the lefty Newcomb. There's my shortstop right there. I don't know where these three guys came from, but it's literally filling up the entire block. Oh, that's awesome. I can basically pick anyone in the league I want and trade. Oh, it's so unfair, but so nice at the same time. Sorry, not sorry. All right, now we're back. I was focused. Um, I don't even know. We picked up Jorge Soler. Let's just go. Transactions completed. Yes, there you go. Promoted, sent a bunch of guys down. Picked up Jorge Soler, Hunter Dozier for Jay Bruce. Basically just a pay cut, getting rid of money. The Teoscar Hernandez, definitely an outfield prospect. Someone who I think could be very, very good. So obviously we're going to go ahead and pick him up. That was about it. That was a long time. I mysteriously have these guys who somehow fill up the entire interest section, so I can literally almost pick anyone in the league to trade for, which is these nobodies, and I can get them. I don't know how that happens. I didn't do anything to mess with it. I swear to God. It's just wild. So I don't know. I mean, I can make a run at some people here. You got a year left of DeGrom, 2 years left of Syndergaard. After this year, Familia might go. Cabrera's probably gonna go. Blevins will go. Pick up Wilmer Flores as arbitration. Ramos might stay. Darno might go. And then obviously we're just building for the future there. I don't know. I'm still trying to process this whole trade thing. I mean, I'm basically guaranteed anyone in the league. I don't know what happened. I don't know how that's possible. I don't even know who these guys are. I don't remember signing them. Nothing. So my mind is kind of just mushy right now, trying to figure out how it happens. But there's no point in it. We're just gonna send it, and we're gonna pick up someone. Hopefully, with not giving anyone too important away. Conforto's coming on. So that'll knock out Dominic Smith, who's kind of cooling off a little bit. $758. Brandon Nimmo's still crushing the ball. TJ Rivera's kind of manning the leadoff spot. We're just kind of hitting a little log jam here in the middle. There's people not really performing and whatnot. But we've definitely opened up plenty of options here. So that's nice. So yeah, I mean, I guess I really just got to figure out who I want in a trade here, and then go for it. The one thing I really have to factor in is if I want to go, for prospects, I really want to wait and see where we're at, in a couple months here. That way my decision is a little bit better of a decision. Still really haven't picked up anyone scouting-wise who's, really, you know, stood out, I guess. James Smith was one, but he kind of fell off. Um, there's really no one, which is kind of disappointing. With the Marlins, I was definitely picking up a lot of people in the draft that I kind of had no business picking up, but, I picked up anyway. So definitely a lot more of the struggle bus. Finally get Noah Syndergaard back. He's gonna jump right up and he's gonna pop in the rotation for us. Definitely got a little bit of a log jam here on the mound. This is gonna be a tough one, figuring out who to basically send down. It's probably gonna have to be Brian Flynn. He just has not done well for us at all. So Brian Flynn, he'll go down, and then it's just gonna really just go nuts. There's really no one to send down from AAA. Take a look at the starters. Yeah, so Luke Chadwick, he'll go down. And then .844 Jim Bateman. So Vargas, where are we at? Syndergaard's getting the next start. How many days we got until the draft? 24 days. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait a little while before we fiddle around with the rotation. Really no one. Everyone's just running cold right now. Still 2.5 back. I really don't know who to pick up. I'm really thinking second base, maybe Yon Mikata. Alright, well, let's see. Let's find him. So, Ronaldo Bernard. I think he was one of... these guys might have been free agents or something. Joaquin Pena. And then Jim Bateman. So, I don't know where these guys came from, but... obviously... I don't even know. That's just crazy to me. It's absolutely mind-boggling. So, I mean, here we could get Vladimir Guerrero at ease. I mean, we pick up Yo Mancada there. And I mean, we still have 3 bars to go. That is just absolutely insane. Well, so we pick up Carlos Carrera, Bregman, and Kyle Tucker. Oh my God, I don't know how this is possible. I don't know how that's possible, but I don't know how I would not take advantage of that. It doesn't even feel fair, like, at all. It feels like I just cheated, like, oh. Anyway, wow. So what I'm gonna do now, I think, I'm definitely gonna flip Cabrera. Really anything I can get here. Austin Franklin sounds good. So Austin Franklin, we're bringing aboard. Oh, okay. So now we got a bunch of spots open. So what I'm gonna do is, second base is wide open here. TJ Rivera is gonna move to second, position-wise. Don't think he's gonna be the starter. And then obviously Ahmed Rosario, he's gonna move not to third to second. He's gonna be the second baseman from now on. Obviously Carlos Carrera is going to be the guy up the middle. Yeah, I don't even know. That was definitely a little bit questionable how that even happens. Obviously Bregman will go to third. I think we're good there. Got 26 guys. Lagares is definitely gonna go. Um, double A. Bump up to triple A. Move down to double A. Oh, down to so double A. We got 3 third basemen. Wow, so that was nuts. Okay. We just bumped up to 8th. Anyway, so we got to make these lineups here. I'm gonna go Nimmo. Actually, I'm gonna go Bregman, Nimmo, Carrera, Conforto. Of course, I'm on the Conforto. 970. Bang. Bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang. Alright, well, we're going to go with that. So, Bregman, Nimmo, Carrera, Conforto, Cespedes, Smith. Okay. And we're all good. Really don't know how that happens, but it happened. And like I said, take advantage of it. The draft is kind of just irrelevant now. Of course, I don't have Kyle Decker or Tucker. Okay, I'm good there, good there. Okay, perfect. Alright. So we get swept by Miami. Alright, so I've definitely had it with the Giannis Cespedes experiment. He's gone. So we're gonna go Cespedes for now. Just go all trades. See what we can get. Britain. Ooh. Well, took care of third base, second base, first base, right field closer. Get catcher. Got him in left field and alright, so let's go. We definitely need a catcher. What else he got? Jones and oh, yeah, another one. Jones and Brock, Britton and O'Day. Well, the way I see it, I want to, well, no, it's got 2 years. He might retire. I don't want Bader. I don't want Fowler either. Hmm. He's at 769. Martinez can play left field or right field. Trade Cespedes. Got left field, center field, right field for now. Just add Martinez. So now you got 2 catchers. I don't want him. Fuck. All right, so we got the 6th pick. Third base, shortstop, left field, right field, first base, catcher are our areas of weakness. So let's go. Got an 80 third baseman, 2019. Russell Montag, starting pitcher, 2019. 70-80, 70-80. Hits per 9. Well, it's funny. Got Russell Montag. Can also play left field. Took a left-handed pitcher. We already got Bregman at third. It's not a huge concern to me to not get another guy. The Montag, I mean, yeah, he's already gone. So, I mean, it was definitely along the plan, but with all the trades that I made recently, you know, that plan has changed pretty drastically. So I'm really not all that worried about it. Probably going to pick up this other left-handed pitcher, Rufus Dean, with my 2nd pick. Then I'll take this third baseman, Ernesto Sosa, 80 potential. So rest of it's just going to be a guessing game here. Need some left fielders. Usually those guys who are all 5'7" and stuff, they never really work out. High contact guy right there. Let's give JP Rossiter. Give him a shot, see what happens. A lot of relievers on the board. Take this second baseman, Brent Crosby, just in case things, I can't even think of his name. With our current second baseman, who's very young, if things don't work out with him, and obviously we'll have some backup there. It's the end of the draft. Let's go ahead and take a peek at how we did. So there we go. Perfect. Miguel Hernandez, 99 potential. Kershaw-like potential. Took him with the first pick. 73 overall already. Probably going to start next year in AAA. Rufus Dean, as well as 70 overall. 90 potential. So also a very good pick. Ernesto Sosa, 87 potential. Very good pick. Power. Right on left. Pretty good fielder, too, with a strong arm. JP Rossiter, 59, 82 overall. Pretty good. Brent Crosby, deep potential, not even going to waste my time. And Rafael Fuentes, definitely going to pick him up as well as more of a depth. So that's really it. That was really what everyone waited for, was for me to get to the draft and draft those guys right there. So let's go ahead. We're gonna jump in here. We are going to play New York. I don't want to pitch with Mats. I don't think I want to pitch with Lugo either. Taking on Sonny Gray. I'll probably pick with Junis, or pitch with them. I've never pitched with them before. So go ahead and take a look at him, see what he's got, and what he ain't got. So we're going to throw Dominic Smith back in. And that's really about it for now. Taking on Jordan Montgomery. Drop the first one. Right-handed, no DH. I like where we're at. So we're going to go ahead and leave it. And we take the second game, going for a series victory here, taking on Sonny Gray. Michael Conforto being the leadoff hitter, 871 OPS. Definitely have a lot of guys hitting the ball very well right now. Yeah, I mean, I'm not super worried about the team. You know, with the pickup of the Astros guys, it definitely puts us in a very good spot. I mean, as you can see, we've started the year down at 164 million, I think, and we're down at 91 in terms of free agency for this next year. We're still gonna have Vargas, Swarzak. Going to be really the biggest two contracts besides Yachty, who possibly could retire, or a possible trade, depending on Carson Kelly and how fast he comes up. Let's just go ahead and take a peek at Yachty and see if we can just dump this contract possibly before the off season for some possible free agents. I mean, if we can get rid of this contract and get a very, cheap contract, I'd be all for it, because that way we not even take that on right there. That's just opening up 8 million. So yeah, we're gonna leave it for now. There's really nothing we can do. But yeah, like I said, so Yachty, Vargas, Swarzak, Soler, Lagares, who will probably be gone. Other than that, a lot of guys going into arbitration. So their numbers, their figures are obviously probably going to go up. I think Familia, he's probably going to go, unless he's just lights out to finish off the year. Ramos, probably going to stay, unless he does not pitch well down the stretch. Same thing with Blevins. I mean, these two guys, it really matters how much money they want. I mean, as you can see, he's at 5.4 and he wants 3.1. He wants 170, he wants less. So I mean, those guys, again, depending on how they pitch, will either stay or go. But Syndergaard, Carrera, DeGrom, Conforto, I mean, we got all these guys locked up. Really, my only two guys that are going to run out on me are DeGrom and Syndergaard. So hopefully we can get to a World Series championship, obviously, before they go. That's the goal. So, well, that's it. We're going to get into another game here. I know you guys have waited forever. So, pitch with Jake Junis. Picked him up before the season. If you're just coming in now, picked up Carlos Correa, Alex Bregman. I apparently signed some guys in free agency before the season started. They were just total schmucks. I mean, absolute nobodies. And all of a sudden, I'm punching them in on the trade value thing, and I mean, I had the entire interest meter at the bottom filled all the way across. So I mean, I could have, I potentially could have gotten Trout, Harper, and if they're on the same team, of course, Kershaw. Those three guys all at once if I really wanted to. I mean, I was loading it up. I mean, I had Yohan Moncada, who's like the hot topic in the game right now, and he didn't even put a dent in it. So pretty crazy. But anyway, let's get started here.
Man, we're going to look at a guy that's really been struggling lately. In his last 3 starts, he has a whip of over 1.50. Lots of base runners, lots of hits, and lots of walks. And that doesn't add up to very good performances. So he's going to look to turn things around in this one here today.
Digging in the switch hitter, Aaron Hicks. And there's a look at his home and road splits so far this year. Fellas, these Mets, as they enter play here tonight, they come in here hoping to make it 2 in a row as they broke a 3-game skid with a victory last time out.
Hey, thanks, Matty. You know what, D-Road, nothing you'd like more than to win this one here. They've got a long roadie coming up. They'd like to win this one to get themselves on an airplane onto a long road trip on a positive note.
You know this, Dan, as well as I do. 10-game road trip, a lot of packing involved the night before this one. They're going to have to find a way to stay focused, win this ball game, and get on a happy flight.
And quickly, there are 2 away. Here's big Aaron Judge. He's been tearing the cover off the ball these past few days, as you see there. And no swing, apparently, ball 1.
Well, even though these two teams are in different leagues, they do play each other every year because of the crosstown rivalry, and it's always pretty fun.
Yeah, and for the players, Matt, they love it. Not only is there more on the line than usual, like bragging rights, but they're not having to stay at hotels and all that. It's just like a normal home game where they're driving to a different ballpark.
A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss as the slider sets
Judge.
him down for the final out of the inning.
I'm gonna do some damage right there.
One
A little bit of a soft tosser.
Sonny Gray.
I'm gonna bring up
will be
Sonny
the
Gray.
starter in this one for the Yankees. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
You know, Matt, he wasn't all that bad in his last one. In a day and age where we don't see a lot of complete games, 6 full innings in his last one, and if they can score him a few runs, he has a chance to win this one here today.
Well, this will be pulled in out there in left center. Well hit, but a rough out number 1. For the moment here in Flushing Meadows, let's meet the Mets. Who do you have your eye on, Dan?
Well, Michael Conforto has been a big piece for them. He had an on-base percentage of over .450 last month. There are a lot of things you can look at in this game, but that's one thing that just stands out. If you're getting on base that much, you're not making a lot of outs.
A ball and a strike to the Mets first baseman. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Now a fastball is lifted into the air to shallow center. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now. And that'll bring up the former first-rounder Alex Bregman. He's got hits in each of the last 5 ball games. Here's a drive out toward left center field. He's around first, heading for 2. And he will pull into second with a 2-out double.
It's always nice to get something cooking in the first inning, even with 2 outs. Now your cleanup man steps to the plate and has a chance to drive in the first run of the game.
Here's Carlos Correa now, and he's the right man for the job with runners in scoring position as he ranks 5th in the National League in RBIs entering play. Hicks.
Leading off for the game, left fielder.
First delivery to him on the way. Popped him up. Bregman is there for it. 1 out. Digging in now for the Yankees, Gary Sanchez. First at bat for him in this one. He was 1 for 4 with a double in the ball game last night. Down the line and fair. That's a hit.
Hard bullet single to left field on a pitch that was kind of middle down in the zone, D-Row, and he's going to have to make some better pitches than that.
Yeah, if he's going to lead pitches over the heart of the plate, he's going to have a long night. The middle of this order does serious damage.
Greg Burke. Next up from New York, Yadier Molina, and you can see great numbers over the past few games. Well set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Here's a swing and a bouncing ball hit to Gregorius at short. Now he'll look to third, would go to second, but he gets back in time, safe at second base. And here's the former first-round draft choice, Brandon Nimmo. First pitch on its way, and it's fouled away. next for the Mets, T.J. Rivera. It was a two-hit effort for him, including a home run in last night's game. Here's the first pitch to him. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Stanton has a read on it. He's got it, and that'll get him out of the jam. Jorge Soler will be his first assignment upon entering as a bat with a runner in scoring position here and 2 away. He's set. Here it comes. And a half-hearted swing there as he tried to go the other way, and it's strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. Hit on the ground to short. And not too shabby out of the pen. Takes just 2 pitches. Jerry Blevins is on to pitch from the bullpen now to start inning number 7.
Number 39, Jerry Blevins.
Next for New York, Greg Bird. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Starting to run out of time. They haven't been able to score any runs as we're moving late into this one. A perfect time for this leadoff guy to try to get on base and ignite a rally.
Oh, and this ball is absolutely blasted high and deep into the Big Apple seats and gone. Here's Didi Gregorius. As he'll take a called strike here on a borderline pitch at strike 1. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Ready with the 0-1. A breaking ball over the outside corner for strike 2.
You know, the old adage is you never throw a lefty down and in because their ability to turn and burn, and this pitcher's taking that to heart. He's throwing everything away right here.
Well, on to first, so a good comeback there as he gets the first out of the inning. Here's Miguel Andujar now. 1 run in and 1 gone so far this inning. Anthony Swarzak takes the mound now, and it appears he's being brought in to face the right-handed batter who waits next.
Yeah, you usually don't hear the term righty specialist very often, but that's kind of how they're using him here, Matt. Most hitters have a harder time against pitchers of the same handedness, so we'll see if this move pans out.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Sliders in for a strike.
0-1's the count.
Here it comes. And that one stayed too low, apparently. Now the 1-1 pitch. Skied down the left field line. And this will wind up a foul ball. The 1-2. Grounded to third. And that's the second out. Brendan Drury will pinch hit here, and he's the potential tying run. And this is off the corner and low, ball one. At batting average, hovering in the high 230s. 10 home runs and 32 driven in. And even 1-1 count to Brendan Drury.
Great spot with that pitch down and away. He'll be fine coming out of the bullpen in this one if he can keep hitting that spot.
Now this is hit high and deep out to left. And as Yankees fans here on television quite frequently, see ya.
Boy, this guy's hot right now. Hit a bomb yesterday and hit another tape measure shot today. When he gets hot, he hits them in bunches. This could be the beginning of one of those extended hot streaks.
He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Now this one is blasted to left field, and there's no doubt about it. Back-to-back jacks.
Yeah, talk about two guys clutching up when it matters the most. The first home run draws them even, but the next one gives them the lead. Two guys rising to the occasion right there, and this ball game has been turned on its head.
Stepping in now, Aaron Hicks. 0-1 the count. Swing and a miss here, and he's behind in the count now. 0-2. 3 runs already home here. Low and away with that one. It's 1-2.
Well, all of the umpires in the seats thought that was strike 3, and they weren't far off, but I think that was a good call. Looked to be just a bit outside.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Hicks now. And he fouls this one off. The 2-2. And he strikes him out here, so he's able to stop the bleeding a bit as the side is.
Now pitching for the
Ready for another chance? Aaron Judge. No hits to this point. First offering on its way. And the slider stayed low apparently for a ball. With this one almost in the books, the story was clearly the long ball. What are your thoughts on this offense, fellas?
Well, Matty V, I don't know what your thoughts are, D-Roll, but boy, when the weather starts to warm up and the ball starts jumping out like this, it's clear that the pitchers need to start making better pitches.
Yeah, just great approach. No one really chased today. Really stayed staunch on their ability to get that pitcher to come into the heart of the plate, and they did damage with it.
Now the 2-1 pitch. Strike 2 swinging. And a deck swing here, but the bat clearly breaks the plane as he's set down for the first out. Giancarlo Stanton now 0 for 2 for him to this point. From the stretch. Takes a knee-high fastball.
Hey, that's a great job by the pitcher to get ahead right there. You know you got a star hitter at the plate. He's not afraid to go to 2 strikes or go deep in the count. That's what you have to do. You have to put him at a disadvantage with the count.
The 0-2 home. He strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Gary Sanchez, who's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. This one, everything we could have hoped for. 3-2 in inning number 8. That one's going to find the seats. Strike 1. look into Molina. Now the 1-1. Popped him up. Rivera in foul ground. But it's the first baseman that gets there to haul it in. Aroldis Chapman is on to pitch out of the bullpen.
Number 54.
The left-handed power bat of Greg Bird digs in now. He'll lead things off here in this one-run contest.
Goes to show you how strong this guy is. That wasn't a bad breaking ball that he hit for a home run in that last at bat. That ball was down and away. He went out and hooked it and pulled it. This guy's definitely a good hitter.
Waved at and missed, and he's behind 0-2. The 0-2 delivery. Stays alive, still 0-2. Here's another 0-2. Now he takes something off there as this is swung on and missed, and there's one gone here in the ninth. Digging in to try it again, Didi Gregorius, head-to-head against A.J. Ramos. He's 0 for 4. One out, nobody on. And he takes strike 2.
One of my favorite pitches in the game right there. The old Greg Maddux equalizer. Started at the front hip and bring it back.
And fastball swung on and missed as he just reared back there. 2 away. Digging in once again, Miguel Andujar. First 2 men of the inning have both gone down via the punch-out, so we'll see if he can fare any better. Flying towards center field. A dive, but it'll get past him out in center, and this could roll till tomorrow.
Around second now, and this ball still hasn't been fielded.
Andujar isn't stopping. Here he comes to the plate. The tag, and he's saved. They extend their lead to 2.
The fans are not happy, and I can't blame them. And inside the Parker on that hit, there's simply no excuse for that. And everyone in the ballpark knows it. We'll see if he can shake it off and get out of the top half of this inning.
He swings through a fastball and doesn't catch up with it. It's 0-1. And he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. Counts even at 1-1 to walk. Dylan Betances comes out of the bullpen to shut things down here in the ninth. Ready for another shot now, Brandon Nimmo. He's roped a couple of doubles in 3 trips to this point. Swinging strike, and now it's 0-2. Started to go around there, but he holds up ball 1.
You find yourself down 0-2 in these situations. It's tough to check your swing right there. That was a nice job.
Ready to deliver the 1-2. In the dirt, but swung on and missed. And he makes the throw to first. Nimmo retired, and there's one away.
The pitcher, number 44.
Wilmer Flores will move into the on-deck circle now to try to get something started here with 1 gone in the inning. And he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. Now here's the pitch. Ball on strike. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Looked like he was on that one, but it's 1-2. Hit back up the middle. Throw on to first, and the Mets are down to their final out. Ready once again, T.J. Rivera. He needs to make something happen. They're down to their final out here in the ninth. First delivery to him on the way. Now a swing, and he pops him up. And this should do it. He brings it in, and the Yankees have taken the rubber match of this 3-game set as this ball game is over.
Well, maybe a little bit of a problem is they had to wind up going to that bullpen quite a bit. 5 pitchers are going to combine to finish this one.